ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and bots of all ages, welcome to Quantum Dungeons. This is going to be a little bit different from what we normally do here. As you'll notice, we have no DM, but he is going to make an appearance from the great beyond. So, without further ado, I give you Havok Shadow.
Welcome back to another episode of Quantum Dungeons. My name is Havoc Shadow. I'll be your DM for today. Only today we're doing things a little bit differently. Today is our 10th episode of Quantum Dungeons, and as promised, once we got affiliates, we will be doing a giveaway of sorts. Today, the characters are heroes. We have Tendril, Vela, Rogar, Oleg, and Ada. We'll be going through and presenting a bit about themselves for you guys today. It is a DM-free game. Unfortunately, I am not available to participate this weekend. And with the giveaway potentially being miniatures of the our heroes themselves, I wanted to give back to you guys a look of who these characters are and how everyone wants to perceive these characters. Last time on Quantum Dungeons, our heroes left Phandelver on their way to Coneyberry to speak with a banshee by the name of Agatha to try and get the knowledge of a lost spellbook that belonged to a mage by the name of the group. Made it to Coneyberry. Ended up spending a night in a old house in the village. They searched the home, finding nothing but blankets, a health potion, and a mysterious doll that they decided needed to be yeeted out of a window. Vela tried to burn the doll to cinders, but to no avail. It survived, and throughout the night, the doll had things to say to them. In the morning, Kendril found his lost puppers, a griphound by the name of Sheila, and the group managed to find their way to Agatha's lair, where they met Ada, a Aarakocra bard. They made a deal with Agatha to get knowledge of the tome, and made their way back to Phandelver. The setting for today, Rogar has, I'm sure, woken up at some point. Actually, you guys took a rest, so you all get up whatever time you come down from your respective rooms. You are sitting at the tavern or at a table, whichever you guys prefer, and you guys are chatting, telling bits and pieces about your guys' life and how you came to finding one another, whether it be in Netherwinter or here in Phandelver. That is all I have for you guys today. I'll see you next time.
Lit. All right. So, who wants to wake up first? I'm feeling a little sleepy, but I'm also feeling the need for some rooftop yoga.
And
Because
Anna, But Anna is, I think, an early riser because birds do that or something.
That's true.
And also, after the just incredible performance of Thunderstruck last time, I actually really want to give this spa music another go.
Okay. Okay. Not mad at that. So you're gonna join me outside for rooftop yoga?
Still not actually doing the yoga, but sitting there playing a lovely accompaniment while you do the yoga and enjoying the vibes.
Okay. Sister, do you want to join me for some yoga?
Yeah, I should probably wake up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start eating and drinking.
Wow. Okay.
Whoa! Wait, that sounds kind of fun too.
I'll order to the
Should we-
house.
Make sure we do our stretches.
Mimosas.
Let's go.
Havoc, we don't have roll 20 up.
Roll for.
So we're not gonna roll for
Listen, like,
anything.
I opened Roll20. I even told you, I was like, I'm not gonna need this. I'm doing it anyway.
I don't
Prepared.
have.
Hear me while I roll,
we don't have
and
that.
everyone takes my word for it.
Okay.
We need to
Yeah.
have that up for
I accept
rolling.
that.
Just saying.
Rolling for, all those things we're gonna have to do today.
The things. There we go.
Okay, how about you can roll for all of us then.
You got it!
I believe in your rolls.
I
See?
did get a 22 on performance, so I think I got this.
Whatever. Havoc,
Let's
we need you in roll 20 to confirm this, please. Just saying. Just saying. LT, how do you not have a founder's badge? Time to get good. All right.
Maybe gifts don't count. Gift subs. I got
Oh, yeah, probably not. All right, so I'm up on the roof doing my yoga, which is what I'm going to call it now.
Yoga.
Just the yoga.
Rooftop yoga.
Rooftop yoga. No, you don't. You don't have a founder's badge.
Too late.
I think so, but we're the champ.
people.
Oh, you were checking? Do I know?
Do you not trust me and my 22 on performance?
Nope. That's just yoga. This is yoga.
Ew, why do you believe her? Domain, what do you got planned for today?
Feel
Thanks for
good.
being here for the follow.
Feel good. Yeah, thanks, Domain. Welcome, buddy. I feel good. I think it's mimosa time for me. Wait, what are you playing me right now?
I'm playing my lute, just picking out something that like light sunrise and sounds like the really crisp morning air, and
Okay. Wow. That's super relaxing.
I see a leaf float
So
by and I just
relaxed.
sort of follow that for a
Wow.
little bit.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, alright.
All right. I feel super relaxed. I don't know about you guys, but the rooftop yoga was on point this morning. Bela, you wake up, please. I love you. We're supposed to be doing yoga right now. We're supposed to be doing yoga.
Okay.
Ooh, actually, because I can do
Yes.
this, I'm gonna give you a point of inspiration.
Who,
You
me?
won't need it for anything. Yeah, I inspired you with the music for
Wow.
the
I
rooftop yoga.
love that. I love
Woo.
that. Okay. I am inspired. I'm inspired.
Who knows what it'll be for, but the important thing is you're inspired.
That's right. I'm inspired to have breakfast. I'm inspired to have a mimosa.
I'm inspired.
I'm inspired to do all the things right now because of this beautiful music that Era was playing us.
Exactly.
Do you also feel inspired, Vela?
I just said thank
I
you.
wasn't there listening.
What, she's up there with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't see her? I know she's little.
I will give out 2 inspirations.
Yay.
Yay! I'm inspired. Let's take over the world. Wait, what?
Lit. Okay, hey, hang on. One thing I want to say to Havoc, even though you're not here, if you're able to join the Discord call, you can still be a part of this like via voice. If you would like to be. I know you're doing like wedding stuff today though. Guys, do you hear this like super like morning music we have going on today? Era must have inspired somebody to turn the jukebox on at the tavern because it's lit.
Very nice.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going in. I'm gonna have a. Should we just get a picture? We should probably just get a picture.
Just see me just
Mimosas.
laying out in one of the booths in like the corner with a bunch of food and a pitcher of mimosas in the middle waiting for you guys.
Okay, I love it. Is okay? So I walk up to you. Is the food for everybody, or is it just for you?
Is.
Oh, excellent. All right, I'm gonna sit down then. Sit down, and I'm going to get the DM in here for just a sec.
While you do that, I'm gonna grab some life fuel.
Life fuel? Some of this life fuel.
I need life fuel.
All right, well,
Actually, until I've had my hot brown morning potion.
gotcha. Havoc, if you want to pop in the, oh, you're in the wrong. You got to go up. Oh, never mind.
You're doing great.
I'll get you.
Woo! Got planned for your day.
All right, DM is now here.
No.
You had me for all 5 minutes.
Okay, that's
Boy.
fine. That's fine. Do you want?
Wow.
So, Oleg has more or less just purchased a banquet
Yep.
Ew.
from the tavern.
Okay.
Please,
That would
please
be
tell
10
me.
gold.
Oh,
No.
oh
What do you
shit!
mean?
10 gold.
The best breakfast buffet ever.
That's what I'm. Wait, don't let him hear that though.
Really expensive.
I think he heard it. I think he heard it anyway.
They're gonna be a fucking like custom omelet bar.
He's just like, oh hell no.
Like, just secretly take it from his page. Shh, don't tell
I was expecting him to
I
drop
could
his
do that.
coffee when he heard
him.
that.
Wait. What?
I was expecting him to drop the coffee. You hear that, Oleg? He didn't. Surprise!
What's up, Oleg?
Is
Are you confused again?
I'm not. He's not saying anything. LT's mic? Yeah, I can.
Hi. What? Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah, if I can, chat can.
Leg appears to be having technical difficulties.
What a bot.
She couldn't hear LT.
Kaden,
now
I
can't
love
hear
you.
anyone.
No.
Because I joined the call.
Really?
Who said that
And we
they
can't hear Oleg either?
Who said that they couldn't hear LT's mic?
Oleg did.
Oh.
I don't think Oleg can hear anybody right now.
Now we can't hear anyone, and we can't hear him.
Because he's a bot. But that was already established before we started by the
He's
DM.
already arg.
Thank you, Havoc.
Good.
Get good.
We love you.
Oh, see, now it's fine. He
Can't-
can hear us. We can't hear him. We can
Yeah,
keep
we
playing.
can't hear you.
Wow.
Anyways, I'm gonna eat some of this food that's been put in front of me before Oleg can say anything. I'm gonna I'm gonna take all the bacon because
Oh, I want the bacon.
all right, I'll share bacon with Sis.
Gosh, you two just fighting over bacon in the corner.
Yeah, I mean it's bacon.
Let's believe it.
You say, "Oh, what's that over there?" and steal the bacon off her plate.
Well, now she knows, so thanks for that.
It's over there. It's a hot lady.
Handshake.
Now she knows. Do you remember, Vela, us doing this as kids? Fighting over the bacon?
For
It was good times.
real.
Some things never change.
Look over there. It's a hot lady.
I'm not falling for your tricks. Not falling for your
Or
tricks.
And it turns just a little. Goes back.
Yeah.
There she goes.
I just
There she goes.
I keep my eyes on you.
Kendrell, you should put Oleg back in the voice chat.
He just needs to get good.
Here you.
Did it work? Did it work? No, it did not.
Is your mic muted? Did it get unplugged? Again?
It's
Your
not
mic.
working.
Love it.
Walk
Make
me
a wish.
to get coffee
Can
and
we
everything broke.
can we please have one episode where we don't have any mic difficulties? Just one, buddy.
I think that would
I
require
know,
us
right?
all to be in the same room.
I want that clip of him
Yeah, I
rubbing
would.
the mic.
Yeah, it's somebody. Oh God.
Come for David, I'm
That's
whispering in your ear.
That's not better. It's not better. Hey, why don't you switch Discord to your headset mic just to have something? We'll see if that works. Mic on. Yeah, hi.
Yay!
We can hear you now.
There we go.
Okay.
Alright, now that Oleg's here, I gotta bounce.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Wow.
Bye. Good times,
Real
DM.
No disrespect.
GG's.
Before I go, should I tell them what was just said by me before?
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, you should.
when you bought all that food for the group,
Mhm.
that was a banquet. Those cost 10 gold, so mark that off your sheet.
Dollar bills.
For it.
Yeah.
Hey, we had a hard fight yesterday, so
That's true. We did. We did a very
I
hard
mean,
fight.
just wait till we get to the heroes feast.
Yeah.
Hey.
Those cost
Yeah, no,
1,000.
Havoc.
Yeah.
Before you leave, you should dial up the stream and tell us how the audio quality is.
I have the stream open right now.
Is it good, or does it sound
Are we
hollowy like
beautiful?
before?
It sounds good.
All right. It was Logitech gaming software that did us in. Son of a bitch.
From is that what?
That's what made the volume hollow. I don't know why.
That's weird.
I know.
Alright. I'm out.
Alright.
You guys have fun. I'll watch the VOD later.
All right, sounds good.
Later, everyone.
Later.
Bye.
I
All right. Well, hey, thanks for the food, Oleg.
Food, yeah.
You're my favorite beast of a man in all the land. I love you. I see you're deciding to eat your own armor instead of the food in front of you, which is pretty lit.
wow.
Thanks,
So-
Havoc. I appreciate you.
So you two are siblings?
Yeah, we're twins.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh.
Beautiful, right?
Make
are.
assumptions that everyone looked the same.
Elves, it happens.
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
What'd you say?
Wow.
What'd you say?
Oh, no offense, but I've seen a lot of elves.
Oh wow.
Thank
Oh,
you.
oh, we all look the same? Wow.
Oh,
All
wait,
of you.
okay, I'm
Very
confused.
beautiful. He makes a point.
Drows are very different from you, but most elves are very beautiful.
Oh,
Did you just call us beautiful?
pretty good.
Like that.
Did he
You can
just
take
call
my
us?
statement for
He
what
called
it
us
was.
beautiful. He called us beautiful. He called us
I'll
beautiful.
take it. Yeah. Well, thank you.
Thanks, Oleg.
As I stuff bacon in my mouth.
Oleg, cheers. I'm drinking lifeblood.
Cheers.
Lifeblood.
So you two, what made two beautiful, as we say, elf siblings hit the road?
Well, I don't know. I don't think you were here for that story, but as a knight in the king's court, we are required to make a pilgrimage once a year across the land, or sorry, once in our life, once a year. We'd be gone all the time. Be like, knights, goodbye. We don't need you anymore.
It's a short pilgrimage.
It is. So we're supposed to make a pilgrimage once in our lives. And Vela and I, being twins, we didn't want to leave each other. So she elected to come along with me as I wandered the land and gained a deeper appreciation for the kingdom that our Lord rules over. And by doing so, while we were in Neverwinter, we ran into a group that looked like they needed some help, and we elected to come along with them and help them out, since by doing so they would travel the lands and I could continue my pilgrimage with a purpose.
They sent you on a journey with no destination?
Correct. It's more of like a I don't even know what to call it. It's we just go, and along the way we find our path. That's just, we're not sent with a purpose. We're just sent to find a purpose. And this is the purpose
Pilgrimage with
that
no
we found.
end.
There you go. Only it does end because we go home eventually.
Eventually. Yeah, we're not there
An
yet.
uncertain end.
Correct. We don't know how long we're going to be gone, but once we find our purpose on said pilgrimage, we finish it to the end and then return home and tell stories of our great deeds.
That is lovely. You are writing the song as you go. That is lovely.
Thank you.
I love it. Yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
just enjoying
Before
the
that?
journey.
Before that? Before what?
What was your home like?
Home was quite nice. Home was quite nice. So we both stayed in the royal keep, as members of royalty. So we had the finest of things, the best food, companions, training. We had a privileged childhood, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I think it's something to be proud of, as long as we don't let that get to us. You know what I mean? Because we're here for the people, and just like the people are here for us. It's we're not one of those royal brats, if you will. We
Sometimes we have the
If you would
sense
like.
Sometimes.
that
Some-
but, like,
sometimes.
we're here, we want to get to know everybody else's story.
Yeah, speaking of which, Era, you're very mysterious. I saw you take the mask off. Okay,
Yes.
when we were last down here.
Mm.
And
I would hope so. I did, in fact, take it off.
you did. You
so-
did. So I was aware. I was aware. I rolled a 20 on perception.
Right.
for that.
You
Oh
were-
my, what is this rolling? It's funny. You speak
This-
of.
This is background. This is background details. A big dice rolled behind me, and nobody could see it. Like-
It's like
Yeah, I was
phone
a
dice
20.
or whatever. Ignore this.
I'm actually just imagining those beach balls like you see bouncing around at concerts.
Yes,
but it's,
yes,
at
that.
angle, so it's a big old D20.
Yes, that's what happened. It's just invisible. Nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. Tell us where is home for you?
My roost is far from here, and it's never reach. Wings.
Yep.
And it has a name. I will not bother to tell it to you because I do not want to hear you try to say it.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
What do you mean?
You don't even know my whole name, and I won't let you know it. It sounds terrible on your bastard tongues.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Oh! Okay,
Okay.
you're probably right.
You're probably right.
Sorry.
The language of my people is beautiful, it is lovely, and it is impossible to speak without a beak. So
Okay.
I could tell
I'll
you
not
these
attempt
things.
it.
I do not want to hear you try to say it.
What?
Oh.
How can I help?
You what?
But I have given you the name Era, which you may use.
Ella?
Era.
But it. This is not gonna be good.
I know
for me.
you will. This, your best.
I'm just gonna call you beautiful.
Works. My feathers do shine.
Beautiful.
So your home.
is
Yep. Go ahead.
it's far from here. It's lovely, and much like you, I had a perfectly happy childhood, and I left of my own volition. I'm seeking the music that the whole world makes, that makes this magic. Even the yoga earlier, would you not say that that was magical?
Well, I was inspired.
And my people, they are these musical people. Our language is beautiful and it flows, and they don't see any use for it beyond the utility of conveying a message. I left to, I saw this music, I saw the magic that it brings. I did everything I could to find it at home, and when there was and there and no one believed me that it had brought this magic, I decided to leave and go find the magic for myself, learn the stories that the rest of the world tells, and learn the songs that we find along the way. And eventually I'm going to go home and show them just how much magic our music has.
How do you think they're going to react to that when you get back home and show them the magic of the music?
My hope is that we integrate it into our songs, and that our people just flourish with this joy and magic in our hearts that the music brings. I'm not trying to change my roost. It's a wonderful place already, but I just want them to see how much more this music can do for us.
Awesome. It's a very noble goal.
I love it.
Taking your people to the next level.
And along the way, I meet people, and some are symphonies, some are notes, but I'm learning everyone's songs.
What would you say I am?
So far it sounds like a parade march.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair. I mean my purpose is setting out was marching across the land, searching something out, so that makes sense to me.
It is structured, but it is for enjoyment.
Mhm.
Like it.
I like.
He does have how to have fun.
I unwind. Maybe not as much as my sister, but but I unwind.
This yoga idea that you've introduced me to is also lovely. And the music of the morning, of the sunlight and the leaves and the cool crisp air, that one's journal.
Excellent. I'm glad I could bring that to you.
What is this? Where did this word yoga come from? Why did
well,
you call it that?
Sound he makes when he stretches.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, yoga.
Yeah.
So I named it such.
You make me laugh like that after I just drank.
that's how it came to be.
Right.
That's how it came to be.
Yeah.
So say we gain the ability to fly somehow, which I've seen some non-Eric Crooker do before. Take us to your home? Or outsiders not allowed?
I mean, outsiders are certainly welcome. They just don't usually find their way there.
Like to
It's
see
still
this for
a
someday.
kind and welcoming people, though. There are, those with winged mounts or who levitate themselves to come visit for one reason or another, to do trade with our craftsmen.
Is your I've never gazed upon an Iroquois before. In my travels,
crap.
you are the first I've met, and I'll probably never say that again. Is your city, your lands, are they your roost? Is it difficult
You're
to
from
find?
A village, I am from a roost.
Is it okay? Is it mapped? Do people know where you live?
Well, for lack of wings, the map makers would want to find it. But I am certain there are some places that have included it on their maps. A bit of a journey to get from there to here originally, and I have a fairly good sense of direction, but I honestly couldn't tell you the exact path back. It sort of just follows the heart back to home.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Excellent.
I'm sure it has. I'm sure there has been at least one map maker that has come by in time, and I've also heard that some of you land dwellers are a bit less scrupulous in your dealings. So if one person's put it on your map, others might steal that location and put it on theirs. It could be on many. It could be wrongly on some.
Very true. Have to keep an eye out when we visit map makers in the future, just to see.
We'll have to inventors.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Oleg, you've been quiet.
Oh, my story is not as yours, but it's also not bad. I grew up in a village not too far from here. Like you, I mean, moderate wealth. I didn't really have to want for too much. Fortunately, there was a time I walked into my house and found it razed. I wasn't able to save my family or any of the workers in the house, so I ran away, and I've just been kind of running ever since. It was a few months before I found some solid ground to stand upon and really figure out what was going on, and I was approached by a man who came to know really everything about me. I would have thought that it would have been a lot more weird than it was in the moment. But this man, he was cloaked and he had his hood up, and come to think of it now, but he took me under his wing, and he trained me to be the warrior that I am today. He gave me the sword. I did nearly 10 years with him, moving from village to village and town to town and training all the while, and one day he just left me.
Do you know where he went?
No, I've been on the road traveling, and I had the feeling that he was training me to leave me eventually. So sudden that I don't know. It was like going through that tragedy of loss all over again. It leave me with what I've been way too scared to use up until now. So. Oh.
Your mic is cutting in and out.
Yeah.
Omega rip.
Omega low.
Left you with something you have been too scared to use, you said?
Yeah. I don't honestly know what it is. And then I'll go in my bag and pull out like a little red vial.
Ooh.
On the table. The morning that I woke up and he was gone, this was sitting next to me with a note saying to use only in most dire and life or death scenario. So what it does, I've been lucky enough not to have to use it yet. That you guys never have to see me use it. I've been way too scared to get it identified.
I was going to say we could have an alchemist identify it, but you do not wish to know?
No. I would like this to stay a surprise. I think that put put my trust in him for over 10 years, so I think that I can continue his trust until I either find him again or until I need to use this.
10 years you trained with him. Impressive.
You cut out.
You trained with him for 10 years?
Just over.
Wow.
The time kind of went like 10 years, you know. It was like traveling with a very old friend, to where, you know, you just move around, and I don't know.
You never
It was a very enjoyable time of my life. I did not. I never thought to ask, and he never thought to give it to me.
What that feels like.
Wow.
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 Yeah.
I see. 10 gold. 10 gold on this feast he spent. You gotta just throw him under the bus like that.
What?
He's had a rough upbringing, okay? He's had a rough
Say
go.
rough.
He's had an interesting go.
I'm okay now. I've found my purpose in life.
And began training. Did it seem like you were being trained for revenge on what happened to your family, or just to be stronger for next time?
Be stronger for next time. It was what happened in my old city. It happened, and I heard news stories from criers in different villages that continue, but the last that I heard, the people had been caught and dealt with. So that part of my life is behind me, and now this part of my life is in front of me. So I don't really spend a lot of my time looking backwards. I like to look forwards and see what I can do instead of what I couldn't do.
It's
What?
very noble.
I don't know if I would classify it as noble, but I just want to feel like I made a difference for people who can't help themselves. I want to be the helping hand that. But most of the time, that comes with taking other lives. So, cool balance to hold. But I've saved more than I've killed, so I think I've got a pretty good average so far.
What did you do before you met this man?
I just wandered. I was still roughly a child. Just wandered city to city. It was weird to get used to begging or to finding refuge in different areas, but it taught me really how to talk with people and how to get certain things that you need without either forcing them or paying, I guess. Name for myself doing jobs for people, and I would figure out how to, you know, either do odd jobs for the baker or for the butcher or whoever needed jobs done, and, you know, just try to be useful. And then someone put a sword in my hand.
So you're a man of many talents then.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, yeah. I've baked a few breads in my lifetime.
What? Okay, we're eating food. This feast that you bought us, thank you for that. Welcome. What is the best food that you've ever created?
Ooh.
Best food that I have ever created.
Yes.
Mm.
I mean, I feel like that was a group thing.
Okay, alright.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm just talking
tell
about
us
like
more.
him by himself.
There was this one time when me and the old man were traveling. You ever heard of a basilisk?
I have.
Yes.
Oh. Basilisk steaks.
Oh.
And absolutely terrified.
Cool.
I've seen men turn to stone by them, and I've seen men turn out of stone from them. And that is not something I would like to go through. There's just something about a basilisk steak with certain Barovian spices and certain things here and there sprinkled over it. We made that out in the woods one time. I don't know how we came across a basilisk steak, since they are mainly in the Underdark, but
That's very unique cuisine.
yes, that was the one and only time that I've had it.
I can honestly say throughout my upbringing, and Vela, I don't know if you snuck off and had one. I have never seen a basilisk steak.
Hey.
If you take it off of the
when one sees
the
a
front
basilisk,
left,
they don't move anymore.
Well,
it's true.
you're not wrong. Okay, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I will say though, one of the most flavorful things that I've ever eaten is that poutine that you made. So
Oh,
congratulations on
yes, the poutine.
Ooh,
It was a
yes.
group effort. It was a group
was.
effort.
What?
Vela,
Hey, poutine.
Would you like to explain the poutine?
I can kind of remember after all these mimosas.
Here we go.
I'm pretty sure we were just like, we need something that's like potatoey and cheesy, and
Hmm?
we had leftover gravy, and
Made a
Just put a
garbage
lot of
plate?
things. we have you tried it? No, she hasn't. We have to go right now.
We have to go right now.
Okay, after this buffet to eat more food.
Okay, so after we eat,
Yes, we need
after
to leave the paid for food to go purchase other food.
do we
No, not yet,
do we
but-
buy the poutine? I feel like we've
Here, excuse me. Can we get some poutine?
no. I mean, it's our business, you know. We
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have
we're
the
business.
budding poutine business. You know, we do have a monopoly on potatoey, cheesy gravy fries. I feel like we should
Started a
get free
business.
poutine. Yeah. Oh yes, we are jacks of all trades, as Oleg mentioned before.
We are at a new tavern.
We
Would you like to spread? Would you like to spread your recipe to this tavern as well in this new town?
I don't know
I
if
don't know if
this.
the gods that smile in this town would approve of that happening behind their watch.
Hmm.
I don't know.
We
If,
can do what we want.
I do believe that
Yay.
this tavern keeper will give us 75% of the profits, and if we ask him right now, I bet you anything he will say yes.
okay.
I believe that chaos and
Right.
havoc would ensue.
Let's go. Poutine.
As long as the gods are not watching us, I believe we can get away with 75%.
just
Enjoy.
whenever Rogar wakes up, don't ask him to set that percentage, because we'll probably get like 3. We are inspired though. Just saying.
You right?
We are inspired by the beautiful music.
I may have just rolled a D100.
Okay. What'd it come up as?
Oh no.
Oh.
I got a 13.
Oh no.
Oh.
Pass.
Doesn't count.
The
Pass.
command roll.
She's-
There you go. Vela got a 65 though, and she's actually involved in this business venture.
True.
You're damn
As
good.
far
Just
as the
saying.
last one knows, though.
This is true. I don't know if this town is ready for the glory that is poutine.
I don't even know if they have a potato farm.
That's true. There are some
but
things
she's-
that the town has to have, since the trade routes between the two apparently are not possible, according to the gods.
Like, most places have potatoes, but the cheese, the right cheese, based on what you have just told me.
Better cheese.
Is
I'll
this,
put the
this
potion back
poutine
into my
you made,
bag.
is that the most amazing meal you've made? Is Oleg, keep watch on that. I am both intrigued and worried for the day that it is needed.
So am I. So am I.
For the day, what's needed?
The llama potion.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Have
The
you
red vial with the skull.
have you seen what this does to people? I've never seen such a concoction.
Out of my bag in a couple years was just right now, so
Good to make sure it's still there.
yes, very much so. I mean, I'll make sure it's there every morning, but the bag, not so much. It's a possession that I have of my former life, so I like to hold on to it.
A bit of a touchstone.
I'd say.
This is an interesting note in your song.
Is it a sharp note?
It is a sad note, but it does not have to
Aw.
be sharp.
It is good now. Everything else that is here on out, I plan to make as happy and as good as possible. And that's why I'm with.
Aw.
Oh.
I believe that we can all do good together. I've
I-
seen
Agree.
and I've seen how you handle things, albeit sneaky. I like to be upfront. The good can come out of this.
Agreed. I feel that our journey is only beginning, and the group that Bela and I have stumbled onto along the way is the one to spread good across this land.
Would sure hope so. One thing that I will say, although I've gotten it under control for the most part. One of the main things that my master taught me was how to control rage that I hold inside. I don't exactly know explain it. You know the voice that's inside your head, normally your conscious that will speak to you and guide you through life.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very angry. I don't know if you noticed it happen back at the Red Brand house. But something happens after I'm either cut or I do enough damage to someone. I teeter on the brink of losing control, and if I ever get to that point, I'm not sure if I will be able to differentiate you from my enemy.
Holy Lord.
You'll know. Normally I will, from what I've been told, and then start swinging ravagely. This is not something that I like to happen. That happens very often, but it is something that happens, so I would like to warn you all.
Okay. Appreciate the warning.
Before it does happen. We've
Look after
been
you.
pretty good so far because you all fight from range, which is very nice.
Yes, we will be far away, hopefully, from you, if that ever happens.
Have you ever been able to interrogate survivors to see if there's anything else, any other signatures of this, anything else about this part of you?
I wish I could say yes, but there aren't typically survivors, so the only ones that I know it from are from people that I've either saved, people who have seen. So most of the time I will just yell or swinging at the closest things around me, so as long as you guys aren't close, we will be okay.
Okay.
I have heard of similar things. We shall see if it is the same, another line of the same song.
Look forward to it.
I saw you taking notes earlier, Era.
Yes.
What were you writing down? If I can ask.
Well, this is my journal of the songs I've met.
Mm-hmm.
Just taking notes of what his song has said. I'm gonna like show it to you guys fully, but I turn it for just a second, and you can see that on one side is like blank writing paper, and the other side is actually like sheet music staff paper. So I can take written notes on one side and literally music notes on the other side, on every page.
Awesome.
Like that.
So these are the songs that I have met and the symphony of the world that I've seen.
Will you play us something?
Well, there was a lovely merchant I met.
But
There was a merchant I met that was just the loveliest song I've ever heard in a while for a man with so little to his name. Bit of that. And so I is to, remind myself of it a little bit. And my lute. And then I just start playing this super bubbly, sweet song. I don't know if you're familiar with Shotgun by George Ezra. Anyway, so
in like
okay,
2 minutes. So.
it's a upbeat song that sounds like sunshine. It sounds like walking along a road with a friend. It sounds like smiling on a rainy day.
Aww. Oh
my
shit.
God, what the fuck?
Wow. It sounds
Wow.
like that.
Wow.
It sounds like that. Ocelot. Or dead
my
tissue.
God.
Whoa!
High fucking
Ooh.
5. Dead tissue. I love you.
What?
I love you.
What? Woo.
I wish we had like a #1 fan badge.
Oh my God.
We just have emote love.
Lit. We need
Oh.
emotes though.
Do I love one? Team love.
Team love. Love it.
See.
I love it.
We're working on that.
So I played you the song of the merchant from Singborn.
I feel good
That was very nice.
after hearing
Thank
that.
you for that.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Would you say you feel inspired, Oleg?
I do. I do feel like I feel inspired on whatever I try to do next.
Amazing.
So what's sad is if I actually follow the rules, it's only good for 10 minutes, but the important part is you were inspired.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like to
Inspired
let
to
you
eat
guys
the rest
know.
of this bacon before Kendrill can.
I feel like
If we just don't tell the gods when you were inspired, but that just you're feeling very inspired.
yes.
So inspired.
I feel
Might roll forward for a
I
while.
feel like a noodle.
Noodle.
I'm very relaxed right now.
To alarm you guys, at some point I'm pretty sure I was touched by a demon.
What?
And,
I
Wait.
no longer feel like a
Oh,
noodle.
Wait.
New page, pen down, start writing.
Okay,
Come
listen,
on,
it happened when
explain.
I was younger. Yeah, I'm here. And explaining. So that happened when I was younger, and that's how I got my powers. I'm so magic-y. Not sure
Wow.
really why. That's something I had a dream, a vision recently, where someone I'll keep you posted on that.
Okay.
That's very important. Dreams are a very powerful tool for demons.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna like guide me a little bit on where just maybe become more stronger in my skills. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of scared, but I just thought I'd let you guys know.
Kind of scared being talked to by demons in my
Um,
dreams. Kind of scared.
Yeah, you know, but I did kind of like channel that and like life and just wanted to get better and learn how to control my power instead of not. What I kind of did growing up alongside my brother. Um, kept doing that when we went with the knights. Just kind of keep training and practicing. I did get like teased a little bit because in my class, actually picked up things and I was really good at it. And so like this one kid, he was just he was a bitch. He got he was jealous.
Shots fired.
At the time, I didn't know, but like he skills, and I thought he was just mean because he said I was never gonna be that's gonna be nothing. And so that's I kind of like just got a little teased a little bit. So that's kind of like where my sass comes in, to be transparent with you guys. It's kind of like my defense mechanism, just to keep others at a distance. So it takes me a little bit to trust people, but just families first. But you guys are quickly, which doesn't really happen too often.
Glad to hear that.
You say you were visited by this demon in your dreams when you were young, but you haven't seen it since?
Did recently, like a couple days ago. So that's it's something about home. I don't remember. I have to think about it for.
Dreams do fade. Dreams do fade.
Yeah, so it's a little fuzzy at this point. So, but next time I have a dream, I'm gonna write it down so I won't forget.
Mm-hmm.
And I must say, Sakindrel, you appeared surprised as well when she mentioned this just now.
So
you know,
not a thing that you siblings had discussed.
So we don't talk about everything, but we do have a connection, being twins. So it's something we don't always have to put into words, more as we share feelings. You could say that we're like empathically linked. So, hey, thanks, Marshall.
I'm pretty sure I told you.
You did tell me. I didn't what out of surprise that I knew. I was more surprised that it's information that you're sharing with the group. I felt at the time that you were very concerned about this and kind of wanted to keep it to yourself for a little while. So I'm glad that you're sharing with the group. It was just unexpected. You are. I'm so proud, sister. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. I'm a mimosa.
It does seem like a very trusting group. Part of why I decided to show you all my mask previously. Not necessarily that you land people are all hateful, but there are some that just to appear as one of your eccentric types than to show the exact same face for real. Early that you all were worth being upfront with. He says currently wearing full cloak and mask because we're in a bar in broad daylight.
Yeah,
Right.
it makes sense.
Well, like it helps because you all were open and vulnerable, so I thought I should share too. So.
And one other question,
I
Sir
trust
Kendall.
you. So.
Yes.
Where did you come upon this marvelous, beautiful beast?
Oh,
that's joined us?
my fluffy bumpkins. Sheila.
Oh, the doll!
Okay. Oh God,
doll.
put that thing away. Why are you carrying that with you?
Please get rid of
Put
It's all
that
just
thing
this marvelous,
away.
Beautiful beast.
I'm just gonna. I'll put it to sleep. It's fine.
Hopefully,
I'm
at
gonna-
some point, I did properly explain to you all that with that doll that it can learn a couple different phrases of up to like 6 or 10 words each, and be programmed as to when to repeat those back.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Okay.
So we've got this doll that also just will say, "I love you."
That's creepy.
I'm just
That's
That's
gonna,
so
loves it.
creepy.
don't worry, I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna put it upstairs in my room.
Kegel.
All right.
Love you.
Get that.
So I leave. You guys can like talk for a little bit if you want without me. I don't, whatever you guys want to do.
Okay.
That's a Dutch movie do.
I wanna really quick talk about Fluffy Bumpkins, aka
Yes.
Sheila. As you all can see, she's a Griffhound. Um, my family, we raise Griffhounds from pups. And Sheila was the runt of the litter. The other Griffhounds wouldn't really play with her. As much as they should have, as much as they played with others. So I, as a pup, I saw this and I kind of separated her from the group, took her under my wing per se. So Sheila and I have been together since she was a pup. It was one of the hardest things leaving her behind, as I set out on my journey. And since I did separate her from, her family, if you could call them that, since they're mean to her, I feel like that's why she's come. That's why she's come back. We've had a connection her whole life, and I'm not surprised to see her. I'm very happy that she found me once again. So, I love my fluffy pumpkins. She's so cute.
So she's followed you all this way from your home to out here.
Yeah.
To bend down and wait. Does it have ears? Does she have ears?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
no?
She can understand you.
I'll just like scratch her behind whatever ears.
Yeah. She does. She does the little like dog leg thing. And when you hit the sweet spot, and she knocks over a chair because she's big now.
Hell yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Always
fine.
a puppy at
I'll
heart.
pick that up. I'll pick it up. It's fine. It's fine, Sheila. You're so beautiful.
I just stroke her head a lot. Like she's a good doggo, but I'm just particularly affectionate of the bird half. Head and her feather, scratch into her feathers and stuff.
I kick my leg when I'm scratched too.
He moves a lot.
Nice. Yeah. So that's Sheila in a nutshell, aka Fluffy Bumpkins.
Fluffy pumpkins.
I'll do what I can to make sure she doesn't get hurt.
She seems like she'd be quick.
Yeah, she's very good at sensing danger. So I feel if you ever went into that blind rage, she would know enough to back away. Also,
Okay.
don't hurt my Fluffy Bumpkins.
I will not, under my own power, hurt.
I
I appreciate that. So does she. She
'cause
knows
that's when
she
we see, that's when we
she
see
nuzzles
Kindle
you a
rage.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll grab some meat off the table, give it to her.
Oh, that's creepy
Oh.
as fuck. Clowns. Chat took a dark turn. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that clown is. Oh dear.
I don't like that.
Oh,
I don't
no.
like that.
Let's just cheer this up. with some
Grabbing
butts.
meat.
Let's cheer that up
Oh,
with
dang.
some butts. Wow. Okay.
That's gonna
I
diffuse
see.
it.
I see what's happening. Now we have clowns and butts and kappas in the chat.
This is exciting.
So I do have one thing that I found that I like doing actually quite a bit, to bring a balance to the destruction that I so happen to bring whenever I fight. And now that knowing your music, I think it's only proper for me to share my thing. I'll go in my pouch and bring out like a little notebook. It's just like a little leather one, and open it up and then just put it out on the table, and there's sketches of like different weapons. I took up the trade of blacksmithing, just moving around from village to village. So I know Kindrel, I've done your arrows, and I've done Rogar's sword and my sword as well. So if you guys ever need anything done for your weapons, or if you would like something created, just let me know, and I'll do what I can for it.
Okay. What's so speaking of your blacksmithing, Vela, wake up. Have another mimosa.
A pour
Not a
another
lot,
mimosa.
A
man.
mimosa.
I'm back, by the way.
Her up.
Hi. Oh, that's right. Hi. Oleg. Speaking of your smithing, what's like the best thing you've made, and what are your plans for crafting, forging, blacksmithing in the future? Do you have anything lined up that you're planning on making?
So the best thing that I've made to this point is the sword that I currently have on my back. It's been a work in progress. It was at first a very, very, very rough blade. And then I've repaired it, and I've been adding to it. The most recent addition that you've seen is the silver on the blade, and I guess we're just in the middle of a tavern, but I'll take it out. It's just like a super long greatsword, and I'll stick it down, and then you'll see like the silvered tree that's on the side of the blade.
Getting some weird looks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people are staring.
Oh well, let them
Swords
stare.
at breakfast.
I'm just like, Jen.
I'll turn around and
Just
I'll
start
turn around and
slicing the
stare them all
hand with the
down.
sword.
Like, I'm gonna buy a round of cheap
Your
beer
steak.
for everybody.
Oh,
Breakfast
Nice.
beer.
Everybody. Yeah.
I like
Oh,
Oh, for
breakfast.
everyone in the tavern? I mean, this does
Like,
seem to be
oh.
a very godless place with no overwatchers, so now is the moment to just buy everything and have no accountability.
Buy everything.
Agreed.
I hear
Agreed.
that cheap beer in this tavern is only 1 copper. So.
Wow.
It's
Let's
dollar
buy-
PBRs, right?
It's
Oh,
dollar
God.
PBRs.
3 rounds for everybody.
Apparently, according to Era, this bar has dollar PBRs.
Hell yeah.
Oh, and margaritas, you know.
Oh my god.
Dollar PBRs and $3 margaritas. Come on.
Oh.
Hey, we're in a godless place. I think we can make the prices of whatever we want, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, you say that like the gods are not going to look back and see what we've done here today.
Right.
Your coin purse is going to be very light
The gods behind us.
by the time we continue our journey.
Gonna be going down the road and get arrested for tax fraud. You underpaid in the last city. We're gonna have to take you to jail now.
Oh no. That's what. That's when we all back away because the blind rage comes
Yep.
when the tax collectors are here.
Just say,
Oh,
"They
it's all
did
that
this."
blood.
Yeah. I'll show you tax.
If I work
You don't
for
know
it, like,
that.
what if I massage people and then?
Oh, what?
Oh, that's an interesting
Wait, wait.
start.
What the?
What? Massaging
For
people?
You're a
beer.
masseuse now?
Wait, you're
I'm
massaging
just
people
saying, like,
for
I don't wanna
beer?
do dishes. Let's
Okay.
chill.
So you're gonna drink
But-
you're gonna drink all the beer and then be like, hey, I can't pay this, but I'll rub you. Is that what's
Yeah,
happening
yeah.
now? Is that what's
But
happening now?
Whenever
I'm not gonna actually do that. No, it's fine. It's a joke.
for money you do that, I'm a bit accustomed to quite literally singing for my supper. It needs music.
It's true. This is true.
Music
Unfortunately,
now.
unfortunately
I've
not.
actually
Yeah, go ahead.
I've done a lot of my traveling actually. While I am a carpenter by trade from home, there's not really need or time to do that on the road. But almost any tavern owner will happily trade a clean bed and a hot meal for music for the bar for the evening, because in all these lovely bars they have music playing, but everyone, it just gets a little more comfortable and drinks a little more when there's good music going.
Very true. Very true. Nobody wants to sit in silence. I'm sure that goes against everything that you and your people stand for. Sitting in silence.
There is a beauty in the sound of silence, but it's just more enjoyable to drink with companionship and with music.
I agree. I've been known to bust a tune out every once in a while.
I would love to hear that.
You wouldn't though, and nobody else would
Same.
either. Nobody else would either. I've been yelled at multiple times.
Oh no.
trying to make my music, so I'm not. I'll just leave that to the professionals.
So we'll hear it someday.
Maybe one day. I'm gonna need more mimosas for that, though.
Well, perhaps not at this hour, but one late evening, I'm sure we'll get it out of you.
One late evening, possibly after some twilight yoga.
So the moonlight is often very inspiring. I was thinking just the same thing.
Yes.
If you asked about the things that we've made and the meals that we've enjoyed,
Yeah.
it sounds like I'm glad to hear you're interested in these things. Like I mentioned, carpenter by trade. This is what I was learning before I left home. And so, Oleg, to your point, if you ever need wooden components made for the weapons, other things that you are creating, if we have the time to turn those. It sounds silly, but I made a rocking chair for my teacher. I'd learned a lot from them. They were getting older and wanted to live more comfortably, and I made a rocking chair for them that was lovely. And it just meant more to make something for someone I cared about.
I understand what you mean.
I never.
think we could make something together.
Yes,
That'd be very
Wouldn't-
interesting.
like a weapon lighter than a full metal body would, perhaps.
Ooh.
Or else turning shafts for the arrowheads,
Ooh.
Mhm.
I would.
Start drawing.
making
in
more
my
arrows for
journal.
Beta. With the metal components, while I make the wooden ones, we can create things much faster.
I'll start sketching while you guys are talking.
Okay.
I also
You what?
a lot of questions, but I'm not answering many of them. I'm interested in your answers.
What? To what question?
Well, you asked about our foods that we've eaten and
Yeah.
mentioned something about Poutine, but I don't know if that was just a fun thing or your favorite.
Poutine? Poutine could be the greatest thing on the planet. The mix of starchy, cheesy, gravy-y goodness all put in to one plate, one delectable dish is quite satisfying. And hands down the best thing I've ever tasted. But I am excited and willing to try more foreign, if you could say that, cuisine as we travel the lands. Excited to see what the rest of the world brings.
What have you had in the past that?
Well, I mean, you know what
haven't
we've
you two
had.
been
It's,
traveling together for
No, I'm asking
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you asked him and he didn't really answer your question, so I'm repeating it for him.
I didn't answer
If
the
your
question.
sister would.
Who are you talking to?
She asked like,
Poutine?
she asked like, okay,
Okay.
is poutine the only thing you've had? Like, what else have you had in
Oh,
the past?
I
That was-
have.
Yeah.
I have eaten other things aside from poutine in my life. The poutine has just been created, this amazing new treat across the lands. But growing
He's
up
excited.
in a royal household, we had the finest meats, cheeses, fruits, which I'm very fond of. The fruits, I enjoy nature's candy, if you will. The vegetables, though, not a big fan. Bela, I usually threw my broccoli at her. She did not appreciate it. That's
like-
usually the direction it took.
Still ate it. I still ate the vegetables, but I like meat and cheese.
Yeah, we've had what? Go ahead.
Food.
Food,
And apparently mimosas.
mimosas,
Yeah. Mhm.
and apparently dollar PBRs, because
Very much so.
this is our life now.
What's the PBR?
What?
Is that what they call it?
Apparently
PBR.
that is what they call it here. At this tavern, they have
You
dollar
said you were-
PBRs.
What does it
You mentioned
stand
you were
for?
ordering a round of cheap drinks.
What does it stand for?
Well, so it's actually this adorable colloquial name. I'm surprised you haven't heard of them before. It's just I'm sure there's a proper name for the brewery, but it is known as this Blue Ribbon Beer because it won a
Okay,
contest
well,
one
like,
time
listen-
where it was the only entrant.
Yeah.
The entrant, they put on a contest just so their beer could win, but now they can say it is a Blue Ribbon Beer.
Yeah. You've heard of PBR. You know, Pagan Blue Ribbon won the Pagan Beer Fest of Neverwinter,
For winter. I like it.
Whoa.
right?
Precisely.
That's what we're talking about. Of course. What else could it be?
Brewery, It is a hovel.
What else could it be?
Yeah. Going back.
Awful.
And it's only $1 here. It's only $1.
$1.
Dollar beers, y'all.
Dollar beers, y'all.
$1 bills.
So Kendra, what happens after you make this pilgrimage and become a knight?
I'm already a knight. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh.
Just throwing that out there.
What happens when you get back to your home after making your pilgrimage?
Honestly, life just kind of goes back to normal for me.
It is normal.
Still a knight in the royal court. Follow, I've followed the knight commander's orders. Whatever happens. I don't really know. If we stay in peacetime, it's just a matter of keeping the peace in the city, around the keep, in the court itself. If any quests present themselves that I'm sent on, I will go. It's just another day in the life of a knight.
And do you believe you'll want to go back?
I believe I will. I believe I will want to go back eventually. This walkabout, this pilgrimage, this journey that we're all on together is very eye-opening. It's something I never could have dreamed of once we left. So all the new experiences that we are witnessing is very good for the soul. It makes me appreciate the world a lot more, and I definitely have that wanderlust to keep seeing, to keep traveling, keep moving, and to see what the future holds. Right now, I do not want to go back. Eventually, I will. I think I'll start to miss home.
The open road is quite intoxicating, I will say. It's very nice being able to move from place to place, not having to worry about going back to one. Beautiful places and a lot of nice cities in my time traveling the road, and it helps that I have nowhere to go back to, but if I could ever see myself settling down in one place. But I would like to see your city one day.
I would like you to come. Maybe we can muster up some of that basilisk steak you're talking about before.
I'll see if I can remember how to prepare it.
Is your city one entirely of elves like yourselves, or is it a more mixed integrated city?
The inner keep, the castle is mainly elves. The outlying villages have been settled by many different people, many different shapes, sizes, and origins, which is why I wasn't too shocked when you took your mask off, because I've seen many things because of these outlying villages. We're a very wealthy kingdom, and we like to spread, to share, to help different peoples. We're not, exclusively elves, and we turn others away. We accept everybody.
That's lovely.
It is.
And how long? You may have said this, and I'm just missed in my notes. How long have you been traveling since you left home? How long have you been on your pilgrimage already?
So it's been just under a year that we've been on the road and away from home. We've seen many things along the way, and meeting up with this group has fulfilled the purpose of finding a purpose on this walkabout pilgrimage that we're currently on.
And still seeking the purpose at the end of the journey.
Yes. I believe that being with this group will fulfill that end purpose of the journey, wherever we may lead.
It does seem that clearly your two songs are entwined already, but it does seem that you are together creating a symphony already. If only our other companion had woken up at all, I'd be interested to hear his story as well. But
I'm sure
He wasn't such a bot.
I'm sure
We prank him.
yeah, I'm sure when he does wake up,
Oh.
we will have many questions for him.
Oh yeah.
I'm not normally one for pranks and for messing around, but I do believe that it is in the cards for us to mess with him a little bit.
I would
no, was he had already gone to bed last night, I think, when I finally fully explained how our lovely doll friend works, right?
But he's
I
like-
think
Is
he's
he still afraid of
is
that?
he here? Is he still afraid of it?
He-
Probably,
I
because
think
he's
he
a
knows
general
how the
idea of
doll
it.
works,
Yeah, I think he's.
but I don't believe he knows everything about you yet, Era.
No, he has not seen beneath the mask yet, and while it is like I've said it, I'm not ashamed of my true face. The mask just makes things easier. Joy to see people's reactions.
You should, when we see Rogar next, you should take your mask off and just scream as loud as you can and see what happens. Yes.
That will certainly
Yes.
happen. If he was still afraid of that doll, as harmless as the lovely thing is, it would of a shock to wake up staring that doll in the eyes and just hear it whisper.
I will say it was more lovely before Vela torched it.
Yeah, I just imagine like what was the doll from
The Chucky.
What?
Oh, Cynthia.
No.
Cynthia, yeah, but like just a little bit more like torched, just a little bit and melted.
Complete with like all ratty hair and half of it missing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's not right. Vela insists on keeping the doll around, though.
We actually take it to a shop and get it fixed up.
It just wants to be loved. It just wants to. I mean, it does not want anything, but the soul of the magic in the doll just wants to serve its purpose. And
Serve
that
its
purpose is
purpose.
to repeat phrases. Spook folks.
All I want to do is say, I love you.
And good morning, if we teach it.
Mm.
I can lay it in bed right next to Roto.
You could teach it to say namaste.
I could.
Namaste.
I could, but I don't want to talk to that doll or look at it ever again.
Yeah, someone needs to get a bag of holding so we can get it off of this plane.
Ooh, bag of holding is awesome. Mhm.
It's
They're very
expensive,
nice.
I've heard, but it would be helpful.
I've seen one or two in my day. They're very nice to have. But
And so, Vela, you have
sadly,
been,
I don't have one.
as always, but a bit quieter about yourself. What about the things that you've made, the food that you've tasted? Where's your journey taken you? Besides through magic school?
Food taking me?
If you don't think food is a journey, you have not had enough good food.
No, I have. But, I mean, always try to like figure out what's the best dish in each city, I guess. I like to try
Okay.
meat everywhere I go, just to see how like the different farmlands where they get their source of meat, if there's any like influential flavors in it.
I remember growing up, Vela would sneak into the kitchens and cook. She is quite a fine cook. Vela, what would you say your favorite thing to cook is?
I like, let's see, with everything. So I liked cooking kind of like late at night. I would say like, it's sausage, and it's like has a lot of spices in it, and it's a soup because it's like sometimes it gets really cold and at night, and so I want something hearty and meaty, and then you have like a side of bread that you just dip in it, and you have vegetables in it as well, like I don't know, it's like crunchy leaf stuff.
Leafy
I forget
greens?
the name of it. It's like it doesn't get soggy when you
Kale?
it.
Sausage and kale soup. That I'll take your word for it.
Dang, and then you like put cheese on top, like Parmesan, and then it's just like you got vegetables, you got like broth in it, meat, potatoes, and then it does toasted.
Sound good.
I feel
Nice
my
meal.
this brings me back to Vela's late nights in the kitchen. Brings me
Would
back.
she sneak up to your room with a bowl
Oh.
of whatever she'd made because she inevitably made too much?
She would give me the leftovers after she feasted on whatever
Oh.
she was making.
Hey, no, it makes a lot of
The
food when you
leftovers.
meet.
The leftovers.
You just eat a lot.
It would always be cold when she brought it up because she liked to eat it when it was hot.
And it's a very large castle, so I'm sure it's very far. I am assuming
Mini
if you say you
stairs.
grew up in the proper cave,
Mini
it's far from the
Mini
kitchen.
stairs.
Hey, at least I still brought it up.
That's true. That's true. And I appreciated every bite. It was delicious.
Workout.
Such a late night snack. I love it.
Oh, good memories.
I do like that all the best foods seem to be linked to these memories. That's actually part of where my favorite meal came from, even if it was terribly simple. After I had left home, actually, still getting used to being away from my roost, being on the ground. Attacked me. Spies, cats. And I had feared for my life since leaving my roosts. I killed it off its claw and tied it on a cord, which I wear around my neck now, into the best steak I'd ever had.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, damn.
Better than basilisk steak?
I have not had the
Really?
basilisk, although I think the well, when it saw the tides turning, may have salted the meat a bit.
Season the
and
meat.
Seasoned the meat. I would never recommend panther steak as a meal on its own. It was in that moment a very satisfying meal, and it tasted like success.
Tastes
And
like
then I wear-
victory.
And then I still wear the claw on a cord around my neck as a reminder to not be complacent and to remind myself how strong I can be.
Mm-hmm.
So many delicacies we can bring back to the castle, Bela, when this is all over. We're gonna have quite the talk with the chefs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, we will.
Panther
And-
steak, basilisk steak, not mad.
Oh,
Steak.
Steak,
Yeah.
steak.
I don't think the chef's gonna like us
All the
saying,
meat.
go out and find basilisk to get
A basilisk.
Basilisk?
Shut up.
Basilisk steak.
Batholith.
I've had a lot of mimosas, right?
Steak. Snake steak.
Steak. Yeah.
Get it.
That's
So,
fun
Kendall,
to say.
were you being groomed for rule? Were you learning a trade or a craft before you took on your knighthood and you learned your magic?
That's kind of what this journey is about. Obviously I have my bow, as most elves do. So I've been trained in archery since I was little. swordsmanship, combat. Pretty much is how we grew up, or how the children that would become knights grew up. So aside from that, there's really no like other skill like carpentry or blacksmithing. We didn't really have any need to learn such traits because of being royalty. We had blacksmiths, carpenters, everything provided for us. So our main lessons, when we were growing up, obviously was we did a lot of schooling. Having a good mind was very important, and as well as combat training.
Nice.
It does sound like Bela learned quite a bit of cookery from her own, though.
She did like to sneak away. She was the naughty twin.
I did like to sneak out to bars and try like bar food and pub food. I like to influence that in my cooking, but I also liked hanging out with the cooks. 'Cause sometimes like mom and dad were like always busy, so I got to know the chefs. Learn a little bit more from them, and I just enjoyed it. So yeah.
The naughty twin. Sneaking out to bars in the middle of the night.
Hey man, I don't.
Whereas you and
Enjoyed
your
a couple
rooftop yoga
times.
were only ever the wholesome twin.
Of course. And I've maintained that to this day.
You're saying you never got into trouble.
Never got into trouble.
No, what? Didn't you come with me one of those times
Hey,
to the bar?
we don't need to talk about that.
Nothing happened.
Nothing
so
happened.
what I'm hearing is you might have done something bad, but you didn't get caught.
I am very
Stop.
sneaky.
I'm so sneaky.
I'm so sneaky. I think you underestimate my sneakiness.
Yeah. What?
Correct, I never got caught.
Your compatriot Rogar attempted to blend into the trees when you met me.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
He's a different breed. Let's just say
Literally.
he literally yes. Let's just say his intelligence isn't the highest in the group.
He's a saint. What?
Yeah, Knots is not wrong.
It's a good bro.
So buddy Knots.
Ah,
Hi. I'm loving this bar's music for tonight.
wish I
Or
could
for
hear
today.
it.
But you could.
We had a music bot,
Oh yeah.
in the Discord channel. We could.
Good.
That.
Oh, you asked the blade that I would like to make eventually. I'll flip through the pages of the journal, turn it around, and show you, and then I'll send it to you. Grab it from this real quick. Hello? Computer? Hello? Computer?
What's a computer?
Hello?
What are you talking about?
I do not know this word.
Words.
In,
I don't know about you, if
From
in my
the
country
website.
it's a bit like a will-o'-the-wisp. It's a muse of creativity. Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's something that allows me to think beyond myself.
I see. It makes sense.
Anyway, 1 second. Let me find the page. You guys continue. Let me find the page.
I'm gonna keep eating the food. Pour myself another mimosa. Enjoy the music.
Ooh.
Mm-mm.
Era, what do you think of this music that's playing? Does it soothe your soul?
You know, it is quite adequate. It's, you know, a young child from the village is playing in the corner, practicing their chords. And I am always a fan of new skill budding and growing. I think you can definitely tell which parts they have practiced and which are new challenges for them, and I'm proud of them for trying something new. I might later, when when our conversation has concluded, go join them to accompany them and see if they learn new things together. But it's quite adequate for the moment.
Just 90. just 90.
Meh.
90
That's okay.
million gold.
$9 million.
9.
Yes, you know, if I've heard that there are, in some of these godless lands, when you speak something into existence, it becomes true.
Oh, really? That's in
I'm unfamiliar with this word.
in that case, I am missing an item from my oath bow. That would be nice if I could.
Spawn that.
Ooh.
There it is.
Oh, Olegs turn.
I found the page.
What do you call that?
Well, I've seen some things as I travel, and one of the things that I've seen was an adult red dragon. Not face it, because I do not believe that in any capacity that I am anywhere close to ready to fight an adult red dragon, but I've killing them. And if I ever do, I believe that I will make this blade out of what is left, out of the scales and out of the metal that are within it. But we will see. It's just a sketch for now.
It's a good
It's
sketch.
good to have.
Good sketch. You did good. You did good, Oleg. You
Thank
did
you.
good.
You know, you might actually have some interest in the my weapon as well, which we haven't really had need to pull out yet, but.
Can I see it?
One second. Yeah. So Ida, who has basically always has her loot in her lap, little button on the side of the loot, a crossbow springs out.
What?
And,
What? What is
Oh,
this?
below
Oh
near
my
her lap,
god.
A blade drops out.
Wow. Are you seeing
my
this,
God.
Oleg?
Can
The
I?
gods bestowed me with a vision of it,
Wow.
and I
Wait, I
I
have to
come
do it
through.
really quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Give me 1 second. I gotta find it. The gods bestowed me with a vision, and I worked with the nearest blacksmith to make it happen. So it
May-
exists.
may I
The
hold
gods
it?
have smiled on it. You do not simply ask to hold a person's loot, much like you do not ask to hold a man's wife.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oleg stepping out of bounds.
I apologize. I will let you hold my sword if you let me hold yours.
Dang. This what's happening right now?
I don't know. Oh wow.
It's getting a little something in here.
Yeah, that thing is actually sweet. OC real quick. That thing is legit.
Yeah, it's sick. So I will hold it up so you can see it, but you do not touch.
Okay. I'm gonna try and look in where the blade comes out and where the crossbow comes out to check out the.
I'll definitely
Mechanisms.
hold it up so you can examine the mechanisms, but I am holding my loot.
Thank you.
So
That
yeah,
thing-
so up here in the neck, up here in the
Sweet.
neck, the crossbow can fold down and pop out. Reload it there. It's a bit of a pain to reload, but it's very effective and handy when you swing it at a throat when necessary.
Like,
But it's only for the more dire situations. and most of the time, and I flip a switch again, and they pop back in. Music is for peacetime.
I have to
Yeah.
think about that when I make my new weapons.
It does add a interesting dynamic, doesn't it?
Kindle, do you have a way to let the chat see what we're talking about?
If you want to just post the image
Copy paste.
in the Discord,
Okay.
and then
There we
if
go.
chat would like to see, they can join Discord. I'll get them a link.
Yeah, there we go.
Post it in chat.
Just post it
The link.
in Quantum
In
Dungeons.
the general
Just pics and
list.
clips.
It's beautiful, and everyone deserves to see it.
There's the link to our Discord.
So,
Dude.
Knots, you did not misunderstand. It
You'd
is
like to
a
join.
lute with a crossbow on the neck and a blade that pops out of the bottom of the.
Yeah. If you'd like to see any of the pictures of the weapons that are being talked about, click on the link, join the Discord, and it's going to be in the pics and clips section.
Yeah.
Oleg, you can throw yours in there too, if you'd like. If your computer word thing I don't understand will let you.
Mine truly was a gift of the gods. That inspired me. So, the gods of chaos and havoc.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
If you don't think this is a weapon of havoc, then this is not of peace. But it is good.
That's amazing. I just have this this bow that I can't use properly.
Yeah, so it
Missing a
looks
talisman.
like it has a lot of innate energy.
It does. It actually spoke to me.
Oh,
It
really?
spoke to you.
It spoke to me. There are this is oath bow. I hold it up. Show everybody.
Okay.
It does have special abilities that I attempted to use in a battle in time of need, and there is a phrase that I whisper to this bow, which unlocks these abilities. I whispered the phrase, and I heard a voice in my mind saying that I did not have all that was required to use the bow properly. So while we're on this quest, I'm also in search of a ranger talisman in order to fully unlock my bow's potential. So if you see a ranger talisman, can you let me know, please?
Do you know what that looks like?
It looks like a ranger talisman. I do
Well,
not
while
know. I
travel
do
with
not know
you,
what it looks like.
While I travel with you, and even if we are parted, I will happily keep an eye out for this.
Appreciate
Reach the
that.
pinnacle of your song.
I appreciate that. The bow has so much left to sing, but it is unable to.
You are learning.
I have. I have.
Is that the case then for both your bow and Rogar's sword then? Are you both searching for something that will
Yes.
for them?
Rogar attempted to use his sword before I used oath bow, and same voice entered his mind, said that he needed a special talisman as well to fully unlock his sword's potential. He didn't give me any other details aside from that.
That's very interesting.
It is.
Having a sentient weapon scare you?
The voice was not, it wasn't menacing. I wouldn't call it the voice of a friend, but I would call it the voice of a companion that entered my mind. So it didn't set off any internal alarms.
Okay. It sounded like perhaps a friend you had not yet met.
Correct.
Very nice. That's a very. You guys are all showing me a lot that I did not know about weapons beforehand. So, going forward.
Have you ever come across anything like this in your blacksmithing ventures? Have you ever heard of anything like this?
I have heard of sentient weapons, but I've never seen one in front of me like this. Um, of course, there are tales of legendary weapons that have been made and destroyed and used in wars that I've heard about, but stories, that's all they've been for me until now. Know the backstory of this weapon at all?
I do not. I do not. It was
Seems
given to me by I don't recall his name in Phandelven. We were on our quest to rid the city of the bandits, and it was given to me with the option to keep it if our mission was successful, as well as Rogar's sword. So the backstory on these weapons is still a mystery.
Okay. We'll have to see if we can hunt someone down that knows the backstories.
Yes, I agree. That would be very helpful to learn the history of the weapons.
Sometimes the songs of the weapons themselves are better than the people that hold them sometimes, but I believe that with that in your hands, we'll make a good history with it.
Thank you. I agree.
Once saw this guy this one time walked into a blacksmith shop with a weapon made of what seemed like glass. And this man came in to sell this weapon to me, and my master at that time, when I was, I guess, whoever just owned the blacksmith shop, 50 gold. Seemingly glass sword. Took 50 gold for this sword. The story behind it, roughly 500,000. So sometimes it's not the person, but it's the weapon itself.
Wow. I would say so. Perhaps a similar story will make itself known about Oathbow.
Do you
I mean,
think it?
I would hope that, you would get that 500,000 and not just the 50.
I would hope so as well.
I certainly hope that you have a weapon with this sentience, and yet it is a method of good. At least it seems. About these sort of things, they're tied with only death and destruction.
I only heard about half of what you said. It sounded really good, though.
Sorry, eating while I talk. is a
I
terrible
understand.
habit I picked
Full
up.
full mouths. I get it.
I was simply saying that it's interesting that this weapon that has some sentience to it is working with you in what seems to be a good path, and not like many of the other weapons you hear of that speak to their owners that leave only death and destruction in their wake.
I agree, and it is strange because I've heard the same tales. I just hope that when the history of this weapon is learned, that what you just said does not come to be. It doesn't seem like the sentience behind this weapon has any ill will, but my perception is not what it used to be.
What happened?
I don't know.
We all died. We did.
Power restored.
Hey!
Excellent.
Back up.
Wow, that was scary.
That was really weird how all those torches went out at once.
I know. I know. All right. Because the power went out in the tavern and we're scared, uh, we're gonna do a little out of character discussion with you guys now. Oleg suggested that we do give you guys a little more of a physical description of our characters, since we really never went into that before, and especially meeting Era, she is quite physically descriptive versus just like elves and such. So we're gonna roll with that really quick. Just hang on before you guys start. I need to crank your volumes up again. Okay.
Oh.
So okay. Oleg, do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start it.
All right.
I have
Also,
a picture, so
hang on. But before you
go ahead.
start, chat. If you wanna chat with us, by the way, now that we're out of character, we'll be more like apt to respond to you instead of worrying about being in character. So feel free to throw anything out there that you'd like to. Okay, continue.
Now's the time to ask some questions and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys would like to know.
Questions.
We here. We ready.
Here.
Out here.
I don't remember where I sent this picture to, whether or not it was to Quantum itself or. Maybe not.
I'll wait until you're back in character to annoy you with questions. Thanks, Knots.
Wow.
Appreciate that. Wow.
That's a savage.
Rude boy.
Someone else can go first so I can grab this picture.
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
I'm an elf. I have pointy ears. Sheila's my fluffy bumpkins, which I think I showed you guys a picture last time. If not, I'll throw one in Discord probably after this episode because I need to find one. I have silver hair. It's kind of, it looks like my picture. So if you want to like take that, I am wearing scale mail. It's also silver. I'm pretty much everything that can be silver on me is silver because I am royalty. I am a knight. We are clad in silver armor. My hair is silver because I'm part of the moon. Elves of the Moon. I don't remember the exact name of it. But we are everything about me is moonlight. So if you kind of wanna take that into consideration when you think of what my character is, everything is silver. Everything, you almost pick up like a little glow around it, like the moonlight would shine on metal and like on people if there was a full moon in the darkness. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. Nothing really stands out aside from that about me. You know, I'm normal height. I'm not gonna tell you how old I am because I'm an elf, and I'm gonna make you guess. Could be anything. Could be
Is
anything.
this the level of glow kind of like Galadriel has in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Or
There
like not
you go.
quite as bright?
Not as bright. It's subtle. It's subtle, but it's there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of glow. I don't need that.
She does have
not
that
that
is
much
a glow
glow.
up.
That is.
Glow.
That is. So that's me in a nutshell. And I can post my picture in there too. I can actually post everybody's. I think I have them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just posted mine.
Saw that.
So
Okay, so I'll post everybody else's as well. You can go if you like.
So I posted the picture in the Discord. Very, like, when you think of a human barbarian, it's a very typical human barbarian. 6'3" roughly, long hair,
Oh, I have a picture of Sheila too. I'm gonna throw in there.
probably like a little bit longer than shoulder length. If you think of, I mean, probably everybody's played Skyrim. Like the thieves armor from Skyrim, how it's like the leather with all like the straps and belts and stuff.
yeah.
That's what I wear as my top, and then for bottoms, it's just the same kind of like thicker leather. couple pockets on the side, but then like a belt and then just normal padding. I carry around a pretty big greatsword, so like not size of like the Buster Sword, but maybe a couple inches like smaller than that. Same length though. Beyond that, I mean, not like tanner skin, but not. And then just like a knife that instead of being
Uh
Just cut out.
oh. He totally just cut out.
Oh,
no.
like you are fully cut out.
But he doesn't know
Oh,
though.
no, look at him go.
He's
No.
trying so hard
No.
right now.
Oh no.
He's trying so hard.
Warn him. Warn him.
Somebody typed to him. He's
Everyone just cover. You figured it out.
nothing. Saw nothing.
From chat, everybody.
No. Okay, I guess somebody else go while he figures that out.
Okay.
I heard him. I heard him.
No.
I heard him cut out too. Uh-oh.
Oh.
There he
Oh,
goes.
oh no.
Goes
Can you get him back?
back in.
Hi.
All right. Hi.
Good. You Gucci? No.
Nope. No. Try the other mic again. Try the other mic.
hello.
Hey. You're good.
Omega rib.
Okay.
Omega
Wow.
rib.
So
Mega
from the
rib.
top.
Yeah. Start over.
I can't hear you guys anymore.
What? Wow. Wow. I think it's his headset. I think his headset died. I think his
Might
headset
be it.
died. Because if his mic cut
Oh.
out,
Because it's
Just-
wireless.
yep, headset probably died.
Mine beeps at me to tell me that it's dying.
Yeah, so does ours, but you can turn that off. Oh, I still need.
Well, now.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Oh no.
Hey, you guys can hear me.
No, he's-
Can't hear you.
Yeah.
It's his headset. Somebody tell him that.
Guy, your headset.
Not dead. Alive. It just disconnected from voice.
Okay. All right. So do you want to take that from the top? Or you were kind of early into that description when we lost you.
Yeah. Can you still not hear us?
Can you hear us?
He's gone.
Why don't
Passed out.
have?
Like just, yeah, he's dead again. Oh, like just passes out on the table.
Oh, there you
It's
are.
fine.
Okay, so
I don't know how to read lips.
Eda?
Yeah, just read his lip. You want to go, Era?
Yeah, so Ed, I put a general picture of Eda in the pics and clips also. In game, her real name is Erahia, but she doesn't trust anyone to try and get that right, which is why it's just Era. So she is an Aarakocra, which for anyone who hasn't looked it up yet, is basically a bird person. An anthropomorphized bird, wings and arms bipedal. That just in the Discord that is pretty close to what I was imagining. She's actually a starling. So it's a black bird, but it's got this gorgeous luminescent or rainbow iridescent sheen to it, kind of like an oil slick, actually. She's not wearing her cloak and not wearing her mask. It is a bipedal starling. Not okay. And so she, in order to traverse on the land easier without instead of someone looks at her and goes, ah, kooky human, instead of bird person. She's got a cloak that actually is black, but has that exact same iridescent sheen as her feathers. Tuck her wings back, put the cloak on, and and has gloves that she puts on, so she just looks like a person in a really unique cloak. And then she has a plague doctor mask. So my character image that he put together for me, it's pretty close. So we got this mask that looks just like her face and a cloak that looks just like her feathers instead. And then she's a bard, so she's got her lute that we have now seen is a war lute and is rad. Has drums and pipes and some other instruments, and she is just traveling to see the land and write down the songs she learns in her journal.
Cool. Are you back, Oleg? Can you hear us?
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
So I'm getting feedback from you guys when you talk on my mic, so I don't want it to be
Well,
like echoing in stream.
Well, you're not.
you're not to us, so nobody else will
Okay.
either.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Cool. Hey.
Yeah, it just randomly will like drop either voice or like sound, and then just randomly put me back in.
Good times.
So do you want to start with Oleg again? You got a little bit into it and then you cut out. So.
Yeah. So it's just like the picture, and well, I guess when did I cut out? Do you remember?
I don't know, but you were getting really into it.
Yeah, pretty early. We could see you talking about all of your things that you were wearing, and we could hear none of it.
So just like picture like from Skyrim, like the thieves armor or like leather armor, how it's like just like the normal brown, and it has like a bunch of straps and buckles everywhere. That's what I wear. It goes down to like shoulder, and then I got scars like all down my arms. Pants are the same, buckles and pockets and shit like that. I have a sword. It's like not as big as the Buster sword, like width wise. Just like maybe a little bit smaller, but roughly the same length. I have hair that goes like to like just past the shoulders. Darker brown or darker blonde hair. And then just like basically typical barbarian, just muscly and.
Thanks, Knots. Lit.
It looks almost exactly like the picture that I posted.
Including the shirtless glory?
No, just a different shirt. I wear a normal shirt.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Shirtlessness is just like very on brand for most barbarians.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I can find a tank top that has some kind of enchantment or whatever. I'll cut a hole in the sides.
Enchanted
The mesh
tank
tank
top.
top of shadows.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about.
Mesh tank top.
Oh yeah. You're like those dudes in the gym that cut like the long holes down and.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where
hell
it's
yeah.
basically just like a tall bird at that point.
Yep. Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
little strings connected at the
That's
bottom.
gonna be it.
Technically a shirt.
You little twigs.
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go off the abs, cut it into a belly shirt. We'll see.
Not
We'll
mad.
see.
I'm not mad at that.
staring now at this point.
Just stay away from me. Stay away from me when you're wearing that
Or
that
like,
crop top. I
would
don't
you
need
ever
to
see
see that.
Those the trouble with jeggings videos were like, it's a W neck.
It's a W. Amazing.
Exactly.
I love it.
But it's just instead it's just gonna be a reverse U, so it just shows the abs. Or an upside down U.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, hey, really quick, everybody in the episode right now, throw your Twitch links and Twitter links in the chat. So if anybody would like to follow us either on Twitch or Twitter, feel free to click the links, throw us individually a follow. Do you stream, Monkey?
Ooh.
Okay, so you can see her here.
have a Twitch. I do a lot of guest spots on LT's channel and here,
Yeah.
but I do not stream.
Okay. So you can see her here. Twitter, I know you got that.
Yeah. Are we putting that in the general?
Yep. No, just throw it on stream.
On stream, yeah.
Yeah, just throw it on stream. Yeah. So, Vela,
Yes.
it's your turn.
Alright, so my description of my character, Vela, kind of like my brother, I have a slight glow around me, but it's a little more warm tones, just because like fire, so I'm a sorcerer.
The demon did
So
that
it's
to
under
you.
the sun?
The demon did it to her.
Also that, but at some point I may get, let's see.
Make
trying to
it
think.
good.
Oh, wow. I don't want to spoil it. Never mind. I'm saying nothing. My looks, well, just like it looks like the token below next to my name. Very much. Even the armor, it's like it's cloth. So, but it looks like stylized. But it kind of like I don't wear dresses, so it's just kind of like I don't know, fitted. I guess you would say.
Yeah, makes sense.
Fitted outfit. So I can.
Elven armor always fits really well.
I don't want cloth like a dress because it might get caught if I need to like have acrobatics or something. You know, we always get caught in certain situations, so you gotta be able to move.
Is that a life experience?
Gird your loins.
Yeah.
Life experience dressed to get
No,
caught.
I tried.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, mom and dad tried to put me in like freaking dresses, and I was like, nope, don't like this. And I got caught in trees and stuff.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
Let's see. Yeah, so very like the outfits like red, gray, gold. What you see in the picture. I don't know what else to say. Yep.
How pointy would you say your ears are on a scale from 1 to pointy?
That's pointy.
All right, bam, past pointy. That's an elf right there.
Just like those ones in the picture.
Yes.
Super
Those ones
pointy.
are like
Super like.
those ones
they're
are like
daggers.
you'd spend your time in class just trying to balance something on the tip of that ear.
Yeah, yeah. When she walks out of the castle, you know, into the shop area, people are like, "Damn, them ears, girl." You get catcalled. You get catcalled for them ears. Dagger pointy? Yeah.
Oh man.
Lives have been lost to those ears. Yeah. Leroy Jenkins is my follow.
No, that's
Dang,
the
that
shop.
must have came
Leroy's Jerkins.
Leroy's
Oh,
best jerkins
I
around.
like it.
I
I
love
like
it.
it.
We're gonna have to work that in. We're gonna have to work that in.
Leroy's Jerkins.
Yeah. Yeet. Let's
Jerkin,
go.
get your jerkin.
Let's go. I love it.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Amazing.
Well, if we're done, are you guys done?
yeah.
Okay. We're gonna do something that we haven't done before. And, raid. We're gonna raid out. Hopefully, somebody else playing D&D.
Yeah.
Just so you know, we can kind of keep it rolling, keep the D&D theme alive. So check see anybody else is live.
Whether nerds are playing D&D on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, what other nerds
Or
Yeah.
afternoon, depending on where you
playing
are.
D&D?
I just want to point out
Yeah.
that Tifu has 268,000 people watching him right now.
Well, we have more. Okay, we have more people. No, we don't.
When you measure in heart.
That's a lie.
Yes.
In heart,
Dude,
we
in
have more
art,
people.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yes.
And chat quality and community quality, I do believe.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 agreed. Okay, I'm just gonna pick some random people, and we'll probably just raid somebody different every Sunday. Okay, so we're gonna do this for everybody new here. I think this is gonna be the time. I'm sorry, LT. I'm sorry about your sleep. But I feel like we should keep it around this time on Sundays. You just know deep down that Okay, so I'm gonna start
No.
this raid.
Not my fault that work hates me, LT.
It's true. It's true. It's true though. Thanks everybody for coming out. Havoc wasn't here today. Look at it, she's caught. It's the dress. It's the
No.
dress. She's caught. She's caught. Thanks for coming out. We're gonna be back next Sunday, probably same time. It's 11 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, 6 p.m. British Standard Time if you live over there, because time zones. Hashtag time zones. In the meantime, enjoy this stream. Roll the Roll is who we're rating. They have a pretty cool setup too. I have no idea what they're doing. It's 5e, so probably something like what we're doing. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Bye.